Hi, my name is Nathan Singh. I'm an assistant professor of medicine at Washington University School of Medicine in St. Louis, and I'm a co-organizer of this Keystone meeting on immune cell therapies taking place in Banff. We wanted to bring in investigators from sort of all swaths of immune cell therapies, from really basic bedside research all the way through clinical folks and people doing regulatory work in this field, but still maintain that intimate environment that Banff and Keystone really can provide. And so that was really our vision, sort of spanning the spectrum, but keeping it close. I think we've got a really unique opportunity here to overlap with the Cancer Immunotherapy meeting. Though that meeting is more focused on non-cell-based therapies for cancer, but there's a lot of lessons that we can learn from each other, and certainly areas of overlap, both biologically and clinically. The platform of immune cell therapy really allows us to target specific cell types. And traditionally, this has been done towards the treatment of cancer and targeting cancer cells themselves. But now we're sort of realizing that this approach can really be more broadly applied to treating diseases that come from abnormal activity of other cell types. And a prime example of that is autoimmune disease. So finding ways to sort of control abnormal immune cell behavior using immune cell therapies, and really, broadening the scope of what these engineered cells can do. We've got one session that's dedicated to solid tumors this year, and I think finally, after a really long time, we've seen some really exciting advances in using cell therapies for solid tumors, specifically brain tumors. And so I'm really, as that's not my field specifically, so I'm really interested to see sort of what the cutting edge science is here that's allowed these therapies to finally break through in this disease that needs a lot of help. What's exciting about this meeting is we really have some sessions dedicated to some really basic, gene editing approaches. I think the broad application of CRISPR and innovations using CRISPR technology has really blown this field wide open. And we've got some great, really both expert scientists and sort of young investigators that are pushing this field forward. So that's going to be one area that we're excited about. Traditionally, cellular engineering has really been applied to lymphocytes and T cells. But this year, we've got a lot of sessions dedicated to other immune cell types as well, outside of the T cell world. I think this is another great thing about Keystone is that each session, we have the invited speakers who, again, range from leaders in the field, people that have really pioneered this technology, to young investigators who have made really important breakthroughs in the last year or two. But each session also includes space for short talks from trainees and graduate students, postdocs, junior investigators, to sort of complement the talks from more established investigators to highlight where the field is going. And those short talks are, I think, for many people, really the highlight of the meeting. So for trainees, Keystone is a great place to present your data, get feedback, and meet with these really eminent scientists in the field. And so I highly encourage everyone to submit abstracts for short talks by December 9th. And if you're a little late on that deadline and are excited to present a poster, you can submit your abstracts by February 20th. So really close to the meeting. While the majority of the meeting is going to be focused on science and clinical innovation, we also decided to have a dedicated session this year that's focused on regulatory considerations. As these therapies are becoming more clinically viable and we're testing more of them and approving more of them for various clinical indications, we think it's really important that people understand the approval process both in the US and abroad as to how you test these therapies in patients and get them approved for clinical indications. This Keystone meeting is really going to be the premier opportunity for trainees and investigators from academia, industry, startup companies, as well as those considering the regulatory aspects of cell therapy development this year. We've got an outstanding lineup of people coming to speak on all aspects really of immune cell therapy development, cancer, autoimmunity, other diseases, and access to care. So highly encourage everyone to consider attending. It's going to be a great meeting in a beautiful Banff. Looking forward to seeing everyone there.